opportunities. Michigan's a really good football team. You can't really miss opportunities against a team like that. I'll open it up for questions.
Right. Greg, the 4th and 2, you guys went for it in the third quarter. What was the thinking behind going for it, and the play call? What was the thinking behind going with that play call?
Like I've told you guys before, everything we do is with one mission in mind, and that's to win the football game. So we felt like that was the right thing to do. Like I said, we had our opportunities. You just have to convert. So whether we coach better, whether we play better, whether whatever it is, we'll go back to work. This game won't define us. We'll go back to work and we'll get better. And our best will be good enough. We just got to keep getting better.
Just in your halftime interview, you said that there was some things going on out there that weren't right. Can you just clarify what you're referring to?
Yeah, just the nuances of the game. I was frustrated with a few things, but look, they're a very good football team, and you have to make sure that you are on point with everything. Because if you're not, it's not just a gain; it's a touchdown. If you're not, it's not just a PBU; it's a pick six. So, like I said, we had 3 shots inside the 30-yard line. You get that against that team, 14-7 at half. I think anybody comes out here and play the number 2 team would sign up for that. We've been there before. We have to learn how. Some of it is, again, the opponent we're playing. So, hats off to them. They did a good job.
Did they give you an explanation on why they waved off the unsportsmanlike?
They did.
What was it?
That's between me and them. Yeah. We have a process in our league that if you don't think the call was appropriate or correct, you turn it in. And we have a great head of officials, who does an unbelievable job. It's the way it goes. I made mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes, right? It's human element. Is it frustrating? Sure, but everybody gets frustrated, right? It's part of it.
Seems like you're pretty frustrated on you guys had 5 penalties. The first one on Holland seemed to really upon you guys. I guess just what did you think of the penalties and that one specifically?
You got a better view than me. What did you think?
I couldn't really see. I was really high up there. So.
Really? Yeah, I was really low down there, so we probably need to talk to somebody who's kind of in the middle.
Probably a good idea. Well, I guess then just in general, 5 penalties, you guys have been pretty good with avoiding penalties. How killer was that penalty then, and what do you think was the issue with the penalties?
Well, the momentum, things are going well at the beginning, and we get the ball back, and we're moving it again, and then it gets brought back, right? So, I don't know. I mean, so early in the game, again, guys, as I tell our team, you can never let that become the issue, right? It's us. We have to do better. We have to be more detailed. We have to coach better. We need to play better. We need to just do better. And some of it is maturing. Like I said, we're not there yet. We'll get there, but we're not quite there yet. I think Michigan's program is there. So they're a little bit ahead of us right now, but we'll get there.
Coach, you said one game won't define us. Just curious what your message to the guys was.
No, that's always between me and the guys. But I think if you guys talk to them, you'll sense they're very frustrated because they fully expected to win today. They didn't come out here to look good or keep it close. They came here to win. And we didn't do that. So that when you have unfulfilled expectations, then there's frustration. But I love this team. We're going to go back to work. We're going to get better. And we got a Big Ten slate. First, we got a game with Wagner, and then we have the rest of the Big Ten. So we'll attack it one thing at a time. As we say, we'll chop it one chop at a time.
I know you had high praise for Michigan coming in. I guess how did that compare to what you saw on the field?
It was very much what we expected. Their defensive tackle 55 did not play. I thought he was a dominant player. So, but 78 stepped in. I think he did a good job. They played a lot of guys up front anyway. They were rotating 8-10 guys. So I think they just kind of egged it there and covered it up for the loss. They got some of their DBs back that they had not had. I think they played well. That group can play pretty tight man coverage. They're a good cover crew. So I think that our quarterback continues to get better and better every game, and that's what we need. We need him to grow up, and he's doing that right in front of our eyes. So that's a positive. I think we were rushing the ball pretty well at the beginning, and then all of a sudden it got kind of clamped off. lot of reasons for that, but it doesn't matter the reasons, we gotta figure it out.
You mentioned the DBs for Michigan. I guess that interception return for a touchdown, I know wasn't a favorable play for you guys, but if you wouldn't mind kind of detailing what happened.
Yeah, Zero jumped it. Number 0 jumped it. You know, he's, you know, getting ready for him. You can tell he is a glue guy for them. I mean, he's a good player. You can see he makes a lot of checks. He's always talking and communicating, and he did a heck of a job. You know, that's a tough one right there. Right. And then you know, you got to get him on the ground. If they intercept it, you got to get him on the ground. It's still a 17-7 game. We got to get him on the ground, and we were unable to do that. And I don't know. Some people said there was some, you know, there's a chance to get him, and they got blocked. I don't know. I didn't see any of it, but we have to get him on the ground. That's our job.
Time for 2 more. Defense largely played well, but just in the second half, what were they able to do offensively to kind of find some holes and to kind of keep some drives going that ended up being decisive?
Well, we gave up too many big plays. We busted twice in the first half, and I shouldn't say busted. That's not fair. It might have been eye violations where we kind of let our eyes wander, but the end result was big plays. And you can't, you know, you got to make them earn everything. And when you make those mistakes, those are chunks. And the quarterback, I thought, scrambled, got out of trouble well today. I thought we had some pressure on him at times, and he did a good job of getting away. A couple of those turned into big plays. So, yeah, it was like I said, they're number 2 in the country for a reason. It's a good football team. They're well coached, and they were talented.
Final question, Brian?
Greg, you guys threw the ball the first 3 plays. I think you ran 16 of the next 19 plays, and you threw the ball 8 straight times to start the second half on your first drive. Was that intentional? Was that just the way the game played out? Just kind of seemed like, you know.
Again, we should probably settle this now. Every time you ask me those questions on play calling, I'm going to give you the same answer because it's the truth.
Sure.
Right? I don't call the plays. We have an offensive coordinator, defense coordinator calls the plays. I can chirp in anytime I want and say, no, let's do this. I trust those guys. They're great coaches. We call plays with the intent to win the game. That's everything, all the studying we do all week, all the film study, all the stuff we do is for one reason, to try to win the game. So when we make a call, sometimes they work, and it's great, and sometimes they don't, and that's kind of coaching, really, when you look at it. It's tough. Some of those streaks, like you're saying, you know, I have total faith in the guys that call our plays on both sides of the ball, and I look forward to winning games with those guys. Appreciate you, man.
Thanks, Coach.